Hi everybody. The portion of Shlach Lecha, the energy of Shlach Lecha. Again, the word Shlach means send, Lecha means for yourself. So the idea, my voice is not as loud as usually. I'm sure the camera will put the volume up for you. So let's understand it. Let's see what's going on. The regular story is basically Moses make a decision to send the best people that he has to tour Israel and to find out if the land is ready spiritually for the people of Israel to come in. That's how it seemed like. I don't know if you know, but Moses worked with God. So normally God knows what's going on, Moses knows what's going on. So what's the purpose of all of it? And then the real question we have to raise here is the sending a person for a mission. Is the mission important or sending the person is important? Well, the story ended up not so great. 12 people went, 10 came with bad report. To try to come up with positive report, but usually the majority cancel the minority. So didn't work. Didn't work out, unfortunately. And for that reason, the day that all this negativity took place, become 9 of Av. I mean, think about it. They left in 29 of Sivan, of the month of Gemini, 29 of Sivan, which is today, I think. Is it 29 of Sivan today? No, it's not. 29 of Sivan. Today is the 29 of May, I think, or 30 of May. Yeah, 29 of Sivan. And they came back on the month of Av, on 9 of Av. So that's when they came back. And that day became a day of destruction for long time. And we need to learn why the bad report becomes such a big deal that it will become a negative day until the Messiah will come. Why? Just why is it so negative? And of course the portion after that is Moses fighting for his people and defending them, and that's the main idea I want to focus on today, because it's a quite important idea, quite important. So I will start with one of the commentary, one of my favorite actually. His name is Sfat Emet, and Sfat Emet is buried next to Warsaw, in Poland, next to the airport, about half an hour from the airport. Great Sfat Emet commentary. So, what is exactly happening? What is exactly going on here? And we're going to go to many commentary until we understand why is Moses sending the best people to tour Israel, and they came back as spy. Spy, different than tourist go, what's good? Spy going, what's bad? So, what happened? You say like this. When a person becomes a messenger to God, says Sfat Emet, the main idea is to become a messenger, like Isaiah, like Yeshayahu Navi. כי אם מצרף חפצו, אינו שליח. If a person starts thinking, what is my benefit for being that messenger, is no longer a messenger. Because now he does it for himself. And for that reason, when they came back, for example, says Sfat Emet, Joshua and Caleb tried to defend the land of Israel or whatever it called then, it called Canaan, they tried to defend it. And because they want to defend it, Joshua was quiet. Why was he quiet? Because he had a little agenda. What's the agenda of Joshua? Everybody knew Moses will die in the eastern side of Jordan River, and Joshua will cross the Jordan River in the place called Kasar Liahud. He will cross it with the people. And that's what Joshua's mission. That's his mission. So how can he speak good about Israel if he have a little bit agenda? So that's how important it is to become a messenger. So what is the Sfat Emet really teaching us here? Sfat Emet is teaching you that, let's say, you have a mission to go help someone. Whatever you did, help them. Or whatever they accept your help. Or whatever it worked or didn't, that's not the point. You have a mission to go. Now we're going to go deep into the why. Why does Moses tell them, I want you to find out if there is tree or there isn't? Okay, Moses. And what's the next verse? Vayamim yeme bikure anavim. And those days was the time where it's just the beginning of the grapes. The vine. Vineyard or vine? Vineyard. 29 of Sivan. Those of you who want to eat good grapes, always remember, when Sivan come in, now, we're in Sivan, the end of Sivan, the best grapes. After that, the grapes becoming bigger, it's not as good as it is. Sivan. You want to know a good wine? Make sure they're getting the grapes in Sivan. That's when it's a good grapes. Do you care what time they left? I mean, when you read the Bible, do you care if it was the time of when the vine, the vineyard, start to ripe? Do you care? Nobody cares. So why? When we take, and hopefully we're going to do editing on this, when we take the word anavim without the yud, we put chirik there. Anavim, we have ayin, nun, bet, mem. Bikurei anavim mean what? Bikurim meaning the first. So what do you do? Say Rabbi Shimshon Me'astrapoli. You take one letter before anavim. What do you get? Samech, Mem, Aleph, Lamed. The angel of Esav. The angel of Esau. The master of all negativity. The ruler of all chaos. The ruler of all disease. The ruler of all fighting. The ruler of everything that can go wrong. Is he working for God? Yeah. So, הימים, ימי ביקורי הנביאים. The time is the time of letter before הנביאים. Try to tell us the Torah, or Rabbi Shimshon Maastrapoli, זכר צדיק לברכה, teaching us, hey, he sent them during the time of the toughest time. When is the toughest time in the universe? We look at Moses. It says, ותסתרהו 3 חודשים. It's written about Yocheved, Moses' mom, that she hid him in a basket for 3 months. What was those 3 months that he has to be hidden? Tevet, Capricorn. Tammuz, Cancer. Av, Leo. Those are the toughest 3 months. Not Scorpios, many people get to think. 3 months. When the day left, 29th day of Sivan, the last day of Sivan. What's the next day? Rosh Chodesh Tammuz. So you have 30 day of Tammuz, plus 9 day of Av, what do we have? 39. Plus the 1 day from Sivan, 40 days. 40 days. They came back in Tisha B'Av. So the Katuv, the Torah is trying to teach us, hey, listen. They went dafka, purposely, in a time when there is, the angel of all problem is there. Why? Why? Because a spiritual person, I repeat, spiritual person need to achieve two things in life: to do good and to overcome bad. Last week portion we read about the manna. What is the manna? Consciousness food. Consciousness. I read for a great rabbi here in LA, Rabbi Lanyado, beautiful, what he say. He say, the itavu, you know, the Israelites were complaining that the manna is good, but it doesn't wake up your lust, L-U-S-T. And I want some lust. And then the manna become whatever you want. It teaching you sometimes that people have everything in life. Money, good children, everything. But they always want something that they don't have. And the manna had everything in it. They start to complain. They said, we don't want it, we don't want it, we don't want it. What happened? The manna belonged to a consciousness called Tree of Life. Flawless universe. What is flawless universe? There is no end there. Everything is no end. Can we fully understand it? Never. One day, maybe after Mashiach will come. Impossible. Because flawless universe meaning no end, no malchut. Or the malchut also become metukan. The tree of knowledge has good and bad. So when Moses is telling them, I'm sending you to this land of Canaan, to the land of surrender. Canaan means to surrender. So you can find if there is tree or there isn't, and the days are the day of grapes. Telling you, they went to fight the fight that everybody's fighting. Adam and Eve, what was the fruit? Grapes. Noah came out of the ark, tried to plant some seed of grapes and make it grow. Grapes. Always they try to do the tikkun of the grapes. We, every Shabbat, bless all the wine, grapes. Passover, arba kosot, grapes. But it got to be a kosher wine. It has to be a kosher wine. Any other wine but kosher has a possibility for the Samech Mem Aleph Lamed letter to enter. So why is Moses telling them Ayesh ba'etz imayin? Moses is basically telling them, you should find the tree. In you, Moses was in the level of the manna. What is manna level? It's a level that you don't have to do sifting anymore. In our universe, we have to do sifting. We have to do sifting all the time. Sifting good from bad. That's our job. But God offered the people of Israel, I can introduce you to a new level of consciousness when no more sifting is involved. All what you got to do is just receive all the good. Receive all the good. Moses tried to introduce this project. Didn't work out. So now, they're going into the land of Israel. They have to come with the right consciousness. Because Israel is called Israel. Israel lirosh, mind, the place of the mind. Are they ready or not? Ayesh ba'etz imayin. Are you going to see the tree of life or you're not going to? And you will be capable to see that a person can raise his consciousness into level when he doesn't need to work on himself anymore. Why? Because he's connected to the Creator. You don't need to work on your ego. You don't need to work on your lust. You don't need to work on jealousy because you are together with the Creator. And when you are together with the Creator, what do you need to work on? What do you need to work on? You already attached, dvekut, cleaving with the Creator. There is no reason to work on anything. But the people of Israel, no. We got to do some sifting. We got to do some clarification from good and bad to find out what we're allowed to do, what we're not allowed to do. That was the manna mistake. Now we're going to Shlach Lecha. Moses is telling them, Ayesh ba'etz imayin. I'm sending you there, please, to find out if there is tree or isn't. Why Moses is telling them that? To show them, are you ready with your mind to something that's called perfect. The God that we know want to give you perfect life. Are you ready for it? I mean, think about your life right now. Are you ready for all the money that you ever dream about? Are you ready? Are you for really ready? Ask yourself. Be honest. Don't say, I want money, I want money. Now it's happening. Do you want it? Do you want it without work? Without doing nothing? That's what the Creator want to give us. Moses was there. The people of Israel was not ready. They say, we want to work on ourselves. We want to earn everything. We want to earn. We want to be able to earn whatever we have. The Creator say you don't have to. That's not my purpose. I want to give you without earning. So Moses say, let's try it again. We send Meraglim into Eretz Israel and find out if there is etz. As a etz, it's a chaim. Tree of life. Tree of life. Why did he use ayesh ba'etz imayin? From the word that Chava used when the snake seduced her. Yesh ayin ishiani. Anachash ishiani. The snake seduced me, she said, but she used specific words. Because we all need to correct the Chet Adam HaRishon. We all need to correct the original sin of Adam and Eve. And until we don't correct it, we're still going to be here. Now those people were chashuvim, or anashim, the most important people. The most important people. So why they fell? Why they fell? They are the most important people. More than all of us can ever be. Why they fell? Ma kara? What happened? What happened? Great people like them. Sometimes in life, you fall not because you do a mistake, because you don't believe good can happen to you. Ever happened to you that good start to happen to you and you start doubting it, if it's real? Ever happened to you, you're going into a restaurant and the waiters come to you, said the owner decided all of it is for free. Ever happened to you go to supermarket and you do a big shopping for let's say $600 and you're about to pay and they say no, you were chosen you to make it free. I think during the 80s, they used to do this thing in the supermarket. You may not remember that, you're too young. That people come with the thing, the food. I don't know if you remember that, Debbie? Yeah. And it was announced, free! It was beautiful. I don't know why they don't do it anymore. I guess no money. But it was beautiful. And then you look at the people who receive it for free. They get nervous. I never understood why they get nervous. Free. They kind of looking like, is it me? Is it me? We don't. The problem with us, it's not that we don't know how to be more kind and share. The opposite. We don't have enough desire to what the Creator want to give us. The Creator want to give us everything. But are you ready to receive the everything? This is she'ela. This is a big, big she'ela. So going again. Remember, Rabbi Shimon Master Poli say, Anavim, letter before, without the yud, samech mem alef lamed. For me, we learn the days was a days to overcome Saro shel Esav, the minister of Esau. Now, when I'm going to the Zohar, and I'm checking. I'm reading from verse 9, Sulam. בואו ראה. משה, אם תאמר שלא היה יודע, שלא ייכנס לארץ בעת הזאת, אינו כן, אלא ידע. Did Moses knew he's not going to Israel? Yes, he did. והיה רוצה לדעת ממנה, בטרם שהסתלק. But he wanted to know about the land of Israel before he died. שלח לו המרגלים. He sent the messenger. כיוון שלא השיבו לו דבר כראוי, because they didn't answer what he expected them to answer, לא שלח עוד בזמן אחר. He never sent any other מרגלים. עד שהקדוש ברוך הוא הראה אותו, לא. Until God showed it to him in the portion of ויתחנן. שכתוב עלה אל הר העברים הזה וראה את הארץ. וכתוב ויראהו השם את כל הארץ. ולא זה בלבד הראה לו, אלא כל אלו המנהיגים העתידים לקום בכל דור ודור. God showed Moses the land of Israel, and he showed him all the leader that will lead the people of Israel. הראה אותם כולם למשה ולמדנו כבר ידעו החברים. כיוון שהתחיל משה לשלוח, מה אמר להם? היש בעץ. וכי מה שהוא אמר זה, וכי תאמר שלא ידע אם יש בעץ, is Moses have nothing to do just to check if there is vegetation in Israel? אלא כך אמר משה, אם יש בעץ, אני יודע שיכנס שם. If the regular people can see the tree, which is the tree of life, I know I can enter. Going back to last week, manna. The manna was a conscious food. Not everybody could benefit from it. So because they couldn't benefit from it, that's been there in a lower consciousness. They don't want to receive gift. They want to earn the gift. When you want just to earn the gift, it doesn't make you better. Manners doesn't make you more spiritual. It's just, that's the way you want it. מהו עץ? זהו עץ החיים. והוא לא ידע אלא שם בגן עדן הארץ. אמר משה, אם יש בעץ הזה אני אכנס שם, ואם לא אני יכול להיכנס. Moses knew that his level was different than the people. And I'm not talking about different from an ego point of view. Today, if you say you're different from a woman, you're different from a man, you're different from a children, somebody might sue you if you're in New York or LA. You cannot be different. Everybody believes they are the same. They're not. We're not the same. It's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. It's like the dolphins see a whale in the ocean. Hey, buddy, we are the same. No, we're not. I'm a whale, you're a dolphin. And then the shark joined him. We're the same. No, you shark. It doesn't make you bad. You're just different. Moses was in a level that he fully understood tree of life. Tree of life means the consciousness, the Creator want to give you everything, and you can receive everything, enjoy, and no problem. No, the bread of shame talk, or the guilt, Jewish guilt, or Catholic guilt, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Hashem, the Creator, want to give you. Mana, lama lo, lama lo, lama lo. So again, what happened? Still, we don't know what happened. What happened? What happened? Why it went wrong? Now, let's understand about the Meraglim, who they are. Rabbi Isaac Luria, in Tamei HaMitzvot, telling us something very important. He's teaching us something that happened with Yosef HaTzadik. I don't know if you remember, when the brother of Joseph came down to Egypt, he called them spy. Meraglim atem, he said. You all spy. And what happened to Yosef, or Ephraim? He reincarnated in Yoshua. I'm sorry. No, Levi was reincarnated in Yoshua. You might get me the book. It's Tamei HaMitzvot. That's okay. Yeah. I don't want to teach you something which is might be not correct. So I want to tell you exactly everybody who they were. I think it's important. I think it's important to tell you who they are. Toda. Thank you. Thank you. So, Moses couldn't go. So he sent Yoshua, שהוא גלגול לוי, שהוא משבטו של משה, שלח משה בעצמו במקומו. So, who was Caleb? Who was Caleb? Caleb was Eliezer Eved Avram. Eliezer, the servant of Avram, if you remember, Eliezer went to find a wife for his master, son Isaac. So, who was his master? Avram. What is Caleb, which is Eliezer, the servant of Avram, is doing this week portion? Is going where? to Avram. Hebron. You remember the story? He went to Hebron and he begged his master from another lifetime. He said, I'm losing it. The Samech Mem Aleph Lamed, the consciousness of negativity affecting me. Joshua get blessing from Moses and becoming his shliach, becoming his messenger. Caleb didn't have any blessing. And now they go into Israel. Caleb ran to Hebron because he started to see that the selfishness is affecting him. Almost the feeling of the Lord of the Ring. Remember, in the end of the scene, it started to affect him. But the Lord of the Ring, it was fire there. There, it was Hebron. Hebron from the word Chibur. He went there. And when he went there, he make it. He make it because he was using what he was in another lifetime. What about the other 10th spy? Unfortunately, he didn't make it. Now, what can we learn from that? If you and me will be there, we will fail the first 5 minutes of the walk, just to compare us. For them, they made it 40 days. They made it back, and then they give negative report. Why is this negative report affect us for years after? And this is a big secret, my friend. If you're not capable to find the blessing in your life, things will just get worse and worse and worse. You know, I have a formula. When I have no choice and I have to be somewhere, that's a blessing. I know that's the biggest blessing in my life. I remember when I was in a prison in Argentina, being arrested as a terrorist, I said to myself, that's the best thing that can ever happen to me because I didn't choose to be there. And that's what happened. Whatever happened to you, that you have no choice, that's the best thing can happen to you. I will tell you another thing. Doing Lag BaOmer, I don't know if you know, I made a video in the morning, those of you remember. I came back from emergency room. I was in emergency room from 8 p.m. till 5:45 a.m. I had some pain, my stomach, severe pain. Thank God, I'm okay. So that kick that the Creator gave me was a blessing. You see it as a blessing, becoming a blessing. You see it as a curse, becoming a curse. So why people like the Meraglim, like the spy, couldn't see the good? מה קרה שם? מה קרה? מה קרה? What happened? What happened? And let's say you need to become their lawyer. There is God, there is all the negative angel, all the positive angel. How would you present the spy into something positive? So let's say they came from a place because they were worried. They care about the people. They care about the people of Israel. They care about the nation of Israel that maybe they're not going to make it into the land of Israel. They were worried about them. What was a mistake about it? Not trusting the Creator. The Creator will take care of everything. They couldn't trust the Creator at that moment. That's the negative part. But their intention were good. They want to do good. But it ended up being bad. The question about you and me, ever happened to you, that you mean well. You mean good. You want to help. But when you want to help, your help is not including the Creator. It's not including the light force of God. You remember about Uzzah. Uzzah, in the time of King David, the Torah was about to fall. About to fall from the wagon. Kishamto Abakar, it's written. Uzzah was about to save it. And you know what happened? He died. Why? He had good intention to save the Torah. What they don't tell you, the Torah was floating in the air. You don't need to save the Torah in those days. And he want to save it. Same here. Meraglim want to save our people. But the people of Israel were ruled by the Creator, by God. If God want to save us, you have to let God save you. If God asks you to be the Savior, then be the Savior. And remember, they went in 29 of Sivan till 9 of Av, which is a pretty negative days. Tough making the right thing. So, I'm reading now. כולם היו צדיקים. All of them were צדיקים. I'm reading from verse 30, from זוהר שלח לך. וראשי ישראל היו, אבל הם נטלו לעצמם הצרה. But they took bad advice. למה נטלו עצה זו? Why they took that advice? אלא אמרו, say the זוהר, אם ייכנסו ישראל לארץ יעברו אותנו מלהיות ראשים. If we're going to go into Israel, we no longer be the leader. ומשה ימנה ראשים אחרים. And then Moses will make other leader. כי אנו זכינו להיות ראשים רק במדבר. We are the head of the nation. We are the head of the tribes. Only because we are in the desert. אבל בארץ, in Israel, לא נזכה להיות ראשים. We're not going to merit to be the head. אשר נטלו את צרה לעצמם, מתו. That's why they die. הם וכל אלה שקיבלו דבריהם. They and whoever accept their words. What is the lesson? Do you believe in yourself? You don't? Then you are evil. Let me ask it again. Do you believe in yourself? No? Then you are evil. Last time. Do you believe in yourself? If not, you are evil. Because the spy didn't believe in themselves. They thought they're going to lose their job. Insecure people are the worst thing for our universe. Don't worry about evil people. Insecure people. What we call underdog. You know, in our community of the world. Everybody, oh, poor me, poor me. Why poor you? Why poor you? Pick yourself up and do something about your life. You want to be poor you? That's what the Meraglim did in verse 30 here. We only can be the leader in the desert, but in Israel, Moses will fire us. What? Why? Why can't you believe in yourself? Why? Not only you're going to be leader in the desert, you're going to become a bigger leader in Israel. Why can't you speak like that? And that's the biggest problem that happened to all of us. When we fall to insecurity, we do a terrible mistake. We're hurting people. Hurting people. I remember when the riot took place here in Santa Monica, people broke the windows. And the cameraman going with camera after the people and with the flash and the light, and they asking, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And they say, well, we never had the merit to have an Apple computer. We never had the merit to have shoes. We never feel worthy enough to that. So what we do? We're going to break the window and take it. Hey! What is this? What is that consciousness? If you feel you're not worthy, then wait until you will be worthy. Because if you receive something when you don't feel worthy, that's what we call bread of shame. You have to feel worthy of life. You have to be worthy of love. You have to feel worthy of health. You have to be worthy of whatever you want in life. And if you don't feel worthy, you're creating chaos in the world. First, you're preventing God from His gift to this world. And second, you're disturbing everybody else. אמר רבי יצחק, verse 31, משה הסתכל וידע שלא יצליחו המרגלים בדרכם. אז התפלל ליהושע. Moses prayed and he saw that the meraglim, the spy, will not make it. But Joshua, he received a prayer from Moses. היה אז כלב בצרה. אמר מה אעשה? Caleb saw that Moses only prayed for Joshua. 11 other spies. Caleb is one of them. He said, מה אעשה? What am I going to do? הרי יהושע הולך בעזרה העליונה של משה. Joshua already received a blessing from Moses. What about me? מה עשה כלב? נשמט בהם מן המרגלים, בא לקברי האבות והתפלל שם תפילתו. Like I say. Now, who was living around Hebron? Achiman, Shasai, Talmai, Yelidei Anak. You want to know who? When the angel came down to earth, those two angels, they make love to women. And they give birth to giants. Those are the giants. Where would the giant like to live? Around Hebron. A real giant, I'm talking about like 10-foot giant. Giant, even bigger than that. But he went there to pray. How come he wasn't afraid of them? אבל מישהו בצרה, somebody who has problem, אינו מסתכל כלום. doesn't look at anything. כך כלב, משום שהיה בצרה לא מסתכל כלום ובא להתפלל קברי אבות, להינצל מעצה זו של מרגלים. And just to be safe from the מרגלים. What does Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai say about all of it? And I'm moving to verse 55. אמר רבי שמעון, מפרשה זו למדתי סוד החוכמה. I learned a lot of wisdom from Shlach Lecha, he said. And if Rabbi Shimon say it, we should say it too. ונשמע ממנה סודות עליונים ויקרים, and there is so many secrets that we can learn from. בואו ראה. הקדוש ברוך הוא משבח בתורה ואמר, לכו בדרכי ועסקו בעבודתי, ואני אביא אתכם לעולמות טובים ולעולמות עליונים. God is saying, walk in my path, and I will take care of everything else. אנשים שאינם יודעים, people who doesn't know, אינם מאמינים, people who don't believe, ואינם מסתכלים, and people who don't see thing or look at thing, הקדוש ברוך הוא אומר להם, לכו ותרגלו עולם הטוב ההוא, עולם העליון, נחמד ההוא, הם עונים איך נוכל לרגל אותו, דעת כל זה. When a person is not connecting to spirituality, God is telling him, go practice, go discover spirituality. All of us, whoever listened to me, whoever is not listening, you chase spirituality. Spirituality is not going to come and knock on your door. You got to chase it. Even if you're born spiritual, you got to chase it. So, Rabbi Shimon look at the parasha in an all new angle. It's not about the spy. It's about you and me. When we fall spiritually, what is God telling us? עלו זה בנגב. מה כתוב? שהקדוש ברוך הוא אומר להם, עלו זה בנגב. מה זה נגב? I want you to raise yourself in the Negev. Negev means to dry out. But Negev is the south part of Israel, which is desert. Deserted place. מה זה נגב? השתדלו בתורה. When you don't know what to do anymore spiritually, read תורה. ותראו שהיא עומדת לפניכם. וממנה תדעו אותו העולם. Study, and then you're going to know what's going on. וראיתם את הארץ בה היא. When the pasuk say, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai say, and you should see the land, what it's all about, היינו שתראו ממנה אותו העולם. Then from that land, you will be able to discover what type of world you have. שהוא ירושה ונחלה שאני מביאכם. ואת העם יושב עליה. And then the verse say, and you will see the nation that's sitting there. What is the nation? הם הצדיקים שבגן עדן. You will see the righteous people that exist in the Garden of Eden. העומדים שורות שורות ביקר העליון במדרגות העליונות. They are line after line after line. Then, continue Rabbi Shimon in 57. החזק הוא הרפה. And then you can look at the people, are they strong or the weak? What does that mean? היינו בה תראו אם זכו לכל זה משום תתגברו על היצר שלהם בחוזקה ושברו אותו, או ברפיון בלי יגיעה. This is a revelation, guys. In verse 57, and I hope we're going to print it for you. See what type of people are in the land of Canaan. It's not about Canaan. It's not the story of the spy. It's about you and me. Once you are losing it spiritually. Study Torah. After you study Torah, then you have to overcome something. So what does that mean? Is it strong or weak? Look at the people that you meet. Are they people who overcome something to achieve it, or they receive it as a gift? Are they overcoming their evil, or they didn't? Sometimes you look at people and they look weak. Weak. Refuim. Weak. What is a weak person? Nothing to do with muscle. Somebody who never need to overcome anything. It doesn't mean if you're rich, you have no other area you can overcome. Overcome your anger, overcome your jealousy, overcome your laziness. Sometimes I'm sitting with parents and they complain to me, children is not motivating. Sometimes I sit with grandparents. They said the grandchildren are not motivating. I said, well, what is that you gave them to overcome? It's nice you give them car, gift, money. What did you give them to overcome? שברו אותו או ברפיון בליגה, ואם יתחזקו בתורה לעסוק בה יומם ולילה. או שירפו ידיהם ממנה. זכו לזה, המעט הוא עם רב, עם רבים מהם עוסקים בעבודים מתחזקים בתורה, וזכו לכל זה או לא. Then it's written, are there a lot of people in Israel or not? It's a code. What's the code, say Rabbi Shimon? Are you going to meet a lot of people who study, or a small group of people who study? ובארץ השמנה היא הרזה. Is the land is rich or poor, or fat or thin? What does that mean? בתורה תדעו מה הארץ. היינו מה העולם ההוא, אם מרובה באותו ועליון לשביה, או יחסר בה כלום. Say Rabbi Shimon, in verse 58, you're going to tell yourself that this land to come, meaning the next world to come, are you investing enough in spirituality that you are building a nice apartment for yourself in Olam Haba, that it will be rich? היש בה עץ עם עין. Is there is tree there or there isn't? Say רבי שמעון, היינו היש בה עץ החיים לעולם ולעולמי עולמים, שהוא זר אנפין, או אם נמצא בצרור החיים שהוא יסוד, אם לא. You're going to find out when you study if you connect to the tree of life or not. ויעלו בנגב, ויבואו עד חברון. And they went to the Negev and they came to חברון. פירוש שבני אדם עולים בתוכה בתורה. If we talk like Rabbi Shimon language, עולים בנגב, meaning elevate yourself in the Torah, elevate yourself in your study. בנגב, מה זה נגב? What is נגב? Deserted place. נגב היינו בלב עצל. In a lazy heart. Did you ever find a lazy heart or lazy leg? מה זה? כמי שמשתדל בחינם ביבשות. Rabbi Shimon used words. Somebody who what he does it for free and it's dry. Debbie and me like to host people. Every time we host people, we fight. Seriously. We fight. The kids already used to it. There is Shabbat, fight. There is Passover, fight. There is Purim, fight. What are we fighting about? You want to know really what we're fighting about? Who can do better for the people? I know it sounds righteous, but we don't try to be righteous. We're going to fight about it. We don't know how to stop it. Any event. I tell her I think it's not enough salad. She tells me there's not enough bread. And I tell her we need to give more. And she tells me we need to give plate. And everybody want to bring his idea. It's a good fight. It's a spiritual fight. Sometimes you go and meet people that have it all. And when they serve you, it's empty. Yavesh. They can't wait for you to leave their house. I remember one time I went to visit someone. And they invited me for a short time in their house. And it was a pretty lousy dinner. When I say lousy, it was food, but it was served with the concept, the idea, with the sign, I want you to leave. You ever feel something like this? But I had to eat because I want to respect them because they invite me. Rabbi Shimon is teaching you if you study the Torah, בחינם, free, you don't make an effort, ביפשות, dry, שחושב שאין בה שכר, הוא רואה שראש העולם הזה עבד בשבילה, and a person starts saying every time I'm studying Torah, I'm losing time to make money, הוא חושב שהכל הוא אבוד בנגב, היינו כמו שאומר, חרבו המים ותרגילים לנגיבו, נגב being deserted place, מנוגב, a place that been dry out, so those people are dry, even if they have all the money in the world, they dry, they don't know how to host, they don't know how to give. Yes, they give you the best wine, best scotch, whatever they buy in store, but when you give, you give. I can give a little bit. You can give a half glass of water. You can't do that. You gotta give. It's not your business. You know, when David me host people like couples, those of you who've been here, we take the whole alcohol out, everything we have, put it on a wagon, put tables, make enough food, and we keep serving people food. Why not? למה לא? No, why not? What, it's extra $10? Why not? You're already hosting people. Give everything. Same thing in the Torah. How do you study Torah? You study it with the understanding that I'm losing time and I might not have money? Or you study the Torah without be busy if you're going to lose or gain. Then it says that they came to Hebron. Why it came to Hebron? היינו שבא להתחבר עם התורה. From the word חיבור, connection. והוא קורא ושונה בה. ושם אחימן, ששי ותלמי. What is those names of the giant? היינו רואה שם הרבה חילוקים. טמא וטהור, איסור מותר, עונש ושכר. אלו הם דרכי התורה, דקדוקי התורה. So אחימן, ששי ותלמי, those giant has to do with different הלכות that the person study the Torah. ילידי הענק. היינו שנולדו מצד הגבורה. What does that mean that they were giant? They came from left column. כי אחימן הוא אותיות אחי מן. אח פירוש ראייה. מן כמו מניין. So it's two words. שמדייק למצוא ראייה על כל דבר. What is אחימן? For the word to see. Person who always looking for a proof. זה דקדוקי אורייתא. What is ששי? הוא לשון ששון. Sasai the giant, from sason, from happiness, from excitement. כמו סיסו, היינו שכר התורה, is always excited when he study. What is תלמי? היינו מלשון תלמי השדה. היינו חילוקי התורה, טמא טהור. Is people who looking for what's allowed and what's not allowed, like הלכות, כמו תלמים. And then he continue, and Hebron was 7 years. Why 7? From the word 70 places, 70 way to interpreted the Torah, and when it's written, I'm reading from 63, that they came back, say Rabbi Shimon, it's still Rabbi Shimon, they came back. What do you mean they came back? וישובו, היינו שחזרו לצד הרע, חזרו מן דרך האמת, שאמרו מה יצא לנו? What's the purpose of me study Torah? עד היום לא ראינו טוב בעולם, עמלנו בתורה, we just study Torah, and I'm not making money. Look, it's not about the spy, Rabbi Shimon said, it's not about the spy. והבית ריקם, I'm going to yeshiva to study Torah, come back home, no food. וישיבנו בין היהודים שבעם, and we don't belong to the important people. We don't even good in Torah. We study, and we are in the lowest people. לעולם ההוא מי יזכה. And anyway, I'm not a tzaddik, I cannot make it לעולם הבא. ומי יבוא לתוכו? מוטב לנו שלא יהיה כל כך stupid we are. We should not even try to study Torah because we don't have עולם הבא, because we're not righteous. We don't have עולם הזה. What's the purpose? So when they say, באנו אל הארץ, וגם זבת חלב דבש היא, they say we came to the land, and the land, yes, it's milk and honey. What do they say? טוב הוא העולם עליון. Yes, we agree. עולם הבא is perfect. כמו שידענו בתורה. אבל מי יכול לזכות בה? Say the spy. We are not talking about the spy in Israel. People, listen to Rabbi Shimon. And I hope I can make it clear to all of you. You're talking about Why should I be spiritual? And they continue the spies, Rabbi Shimon, verse 64. Az hu ha'am shezacha la'olam ha'u. They say, the nation are strong and brave and chutzpah. What is the code say, Rabbi Shimon? Az hu ha'am shezacha la'olam ha'u. The people who merit Olam haba is only the people that were brave enough to give up this life. שלא יחשיב כל העולם כלל לעסוק בו, כדי שיהיה לו עשירות גדולה, מי הוא שיוכל לעשות כן שיזכה בה. Only people who gave up money, gave up everything, and the Torah become the most important thing, they make it to עולם הבא. And they say, the spies say, who can do such a thing? ודאי אפס, כי אז העם היושב בארץ, מי שרוצה לזכות בה צריך שיהיה אז בעשירות. כמו שלבא והשיר יענה עזות, צריך שיהיה לו, והערים גדולות בצורות. Then they say, the city are full of walls. היינו הבתים מלאים כל טוב, לא בהם כלום. He said, we saw the land, we saw how they making it. Those people in the land of Israel, again, it's all in code and I hope you're getting it. It's nothing to do with the story. It's Rabbi Shimon. They said that land, which we talk about, it's not the land of Israel. They talk about Olam Haba. So yes, we did see the people who make it. דהיינו בתים מלאים כל טוב שלא יחסר בהם כלום. ועם כל זה, גם לידי ענק ראינו שם. דהיינו שצריכים גוף חזק. You need to be strong body, you need to have money, you need to have success. משום שהתורה מטש את כוחו של אדם. Because if you study only Torah, you're becoming weak. בעסקו, באיסור והיתר, person study גמרא, תלמוד, הלכות, קשה, כשר ופסול. מי יכול לזכות בה? How can you merit עולם הבא? ועוד, עמלק יושב בארץ הנגב. שאם יאמר אדם שאפילו בכל זה יזכה להתגבר, עמלק יושב בארץ הנגב, הרי יצר הרע, קטגור. מקטרג על האדם. Even if you make it with Torah, you are תלמיד חכם, you are tzaddik, you are everything. Teach us, Rabbi Shimon, what the real spies say, not the spy that we know it from the story. Because what I'm teaching you right now, it's called Torah של אצילות. They say, even if you make it, you have יצר הרע, which is Amalek waiting for you. נמצא תמיד בגוף, it's in your body. והחיטי והאמורי בארץ, כמה מקטרגים נמצאים שם, שלא יכול אדם להיכנס לעולם ההוא. And there is so many enemy don't let you get in. מי יזכרו מי יקנוס בתוכו בדברים אלו. ויניעו את לב בני ישראל משום תוציאו שם רע עליה. ויציעו דיבת הארץ. So they spoke bad about the land of Israel. But really, it wasn't about the land of Israel. It was about עולם הבא. That was the biggest problem. They make people believe that you don't have chance. They make people insecure. They make people believe you're never going to make it. But what answered them Caleb? אלו בני האמונה מה אמרו? יחפץ בנו השם ונתנה לנו. If God wants us, it's a gift of God, עולם הבא. Nothing to do by earning. He want to give it to me. דהיינו כיוון שאדם משלם ברצון הלב לקדוש ברוך הוא יזכה בה. You give all your heart, even if you're not perfect, יש לך עולם הבא. You have עולם הבא. כי אינו רוצה ממנו אלא הלב. God doesn't want you to make it. God doesn't want you to make it. He wants your heart. Try. וישמרו אותו רושם הקדוש. And keep your covenant, your ברית. שהוא ברית הקודש. ועמך כולם צדיקים לעולם ירשו הארץ. And Caleb said, ואתם אל תראו את עם הארץ. He told them, I know you worry about the eretz, about the olam haba. Don't worry about it. That they are rich and successful and because of that they make olam haba. No. כי גוף שבור, אם יעסוק בתורה ימצא רפואה. If you're broken, your ego is broken, your personality is broken, you're all broken, and you study the Torah, it will be heal your problem. אל תיראו כי לחמנו הם. המקטרגים בעצמם מזמינים מזון לכל אלה שעוסקים בתורה. And don't worry, the persecutor, the evil inclination will give you food to make sure it will be okay. And Rabbi Shimon mentioned the orvim, the crow, the raven, who feed Eliyahu Navi, Elisha the prophet. שר צילה מעליהם. מהו צילם? The old shadow went away from them. Meaning you don't have to worry about them. My friend, this section in the Zohar Changed my life. Why? We read the story. We think it's about some land, spy, Etzraim, like I explained to you in the beginning. That's why I want to end it with Rabbi Shimon. And I don't know how many of you got it. And I hope we're going to do a good job by editing so you can see the verse of the Torah, what it's written, and next to it what Rabbi Shimon meant to the Torah. It's a gift to read the Zohar. It's a gift to know our Torah. But more, it's a gift to listen to Rabbi Shimon. I don't know why I have the merit to explain that subject. Not because I'm good. It's a gift of the Creator to me, so I can pass on this message to you. The whole story of the spy was not about spy. It wasn't about the land of Israel. It wasn't about Moses. It's about us. How we work on our spiritual self. What are we trying to do? Are we overcoming our selfishness and laziness? I hope with this lecture, especially the last 20 minutes, you're going to find benefit in so many ways. And I love you. And get rid of your insecurity, please. Fear, it's normal, but insecurity, it's not normal. Fear, it's normal. I love you and have a great, great, great weekend. All the best.